Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I am here with you to give you some motivating tips and some motivation to get you going this weekend and actually just moving forward. There's a lot of things that we can do to increase our motivation. We can increase our awareness and we can also increase our productivity so we can actually create more of what we want in our life and less of what we don't want in our life. And that comes with self-awareness, creativity, and definitely planning. So today, let's go over 10 key aspects that I feel will help you out in being more productive and actually getting more out of your every day and out of your every year so you can create and accomplish all the goals that you want to accomplish, right? So I want to just touch really quickly on just your personal SWOT analysis. Always do a SWOT analysis, which is your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats for yourself, right? What are your strengths? Do you know what your key strengths are? Do you know where you're stronger at? Do you know what your skills and your talents are where you can actually be able to produce something monetary from what you have already in you? What is it that is your love, your passion? Where does your passion lie at so you can create something that is like a wow factor to help other people, right? Because we're here to serve other people, to help other people, because while we're helping them, we're also helping ourselves. And then also looking at your weaknesses. I know a lot of you can hear a lot of people say, well, don't focus on your weaknesses. Some say focus on your weaknesses. How about if we just say, do what works for you? Because some people want to know where their weaknesses are so they can strengthen where they're weak at, or so you can go and get people who has those same strengths to team up with. So then that way your weaknesses become your strengths through other people, right? So you don't necessarily have to be an everything, everybody type of person. You just have to make sure that you're able to team up and find a team of people that can help you where you're not as strong at. So that way it makes for a stronger team in your organization, or it makes for a stronger team in your business, depending on how you're going to use the people around you. Opportunities. What opportunities are out there for you, for your business, that are in alignment with where you're going, not only just for your business, but for yourself personally? And are those same opportunities able to reach out through your team so they can get something out of it as an added benefit to being with you, right? So look at all your opportunities that are out there. There are thousands of opportunities out there. And a lot of times they're going to come to you depending on how you're thinking and where your mindset is. And sometimes you have to create those opportunities and be in the right place at the right time by using your intuition and your instincts to get you to the right place at the right time for that perfect opportunity to expand your business, to expand yourself, or even to just expand your opportunities around you in the industry that you're in, whatever career that you're in, right? And then you need to look at your threats. What is it that can be threatening your growth? Is it a time factor? Is it, just as far as procrastination? Because we do struggle with that. Some people do. And then you also have other key factors as far as family, and you have the children, your children's schedules, you have your marriage life, and you have your husband or your wife, your spouse's schedule. You have your work in your work schedule. So you do have some things that may threaten your growth in your goals, but they're not unaccomplishable, right? You can still accomplish exactly everything that you want to accomplish in your life, personally and professionally, just by these key tips that I'm going to give you right now. So let's go over these next 10 key tips that'll get you to where you want to be at to overcome and to plan better for your SWOT analysis. So we're going to put these into perspective. First off, we want to look at our own personal SOP, which is systems of operating procedures. So what system do you have in place for your life that you operate by to produce what you're going after? Is it in alignment? One, you need to have a morning routine. That's number one, right? We got 10. We're going to go, this is the first one. Number one is your morning routine. When you first wake up in the morning, what is it that you do? What is it that you can put together as something that you do systematically? This is part of your system. So we're building a system, right, for your SWOT analysis. So what is it that you can do every morning for your routine that can get your mind going in the direction of creating, learning, growing, and actually producing what you want to produce in your life? So rising early in the morning, getting up very early. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I was getting up at 4:30 before the time change. Now I get up at 5:30, right? So as my body is adjusting to this new time change of waking up at 5:30, I will be able to now, when our time goes back with daylight savings time, I'll still be getting up at 4:30. So what I'm going to do is allow my body to transition into the new time change, getting up at 5:30 for the next 30 days after the first day. So I've been doing that. Then what I'll do is move it back to 4:30. So then I'm still keeping my 4:30 wake up time and getting up early, and let my body adjust to that. And then once it's adjusted to that, I want to make sure that I'm implementing and getting the most out of my day, right? So the first thing that I do when I wake up is I lay in the bed, I don't move, I just lay there and think about what I dreamt about. We have a lot of different messages that come to us to help us on our journey to get to the goals that we want and we set aside for our careers and also our businesses. Your dreams are part of that. So you want to just lay there. Don't wake up, don't get up. And once you can condition yourself to wake up before your alarm goes off or without an alarm at all, then you'll be able to really quietly lay there and just think about what you dreamt about, and then journal it. Journal your dreams. Have a journal. If you have kids, you have a husband, and you have things that you have to do in the morning as your morning routine, making coffee, get the kids up out of the bed, get yourself ready for work or whatever you have to do, that's fine. Set an additional hour earlier than you normally would wake up and before they wake up, so you can have some quiet time to yourself before everybody gets up. Yes, it's going to be a struggle. Everything is. Everything that you want in your life is going to be a little challenging in the beginning. But understand that once you practice that and you get used to doing that, it will no longer be a challenge because you've conditioned yourself and practiced it enough to become a very easy habit to acquire in your life. So let's do that, right? You want to get up and work out. After you did your dream journal, just lay there and meditate and exactly how you want your day to go and unfold for that day. Then get up and have an exercise routine. You can do yoga in the house. You can go out for a run. You can go out for a walk. You can hit the gym for a little bit, however you want to do that. And if you don't have time to go to the gym, fine. Do something right there in your own home. You can go in the bedroom, the backyard, the front yard, anywhere you need to. Give yourself at least 15 to 20 minutes, not a lot of time, and just work up a quick sweat, just a nice sweat to release a lot of the BDNFs, which are the brain-derived neurotrophic factors, which helps to relieve stress. So releasing stress early in the morning will help you get through your day better than holding on to everything that's stressful to you. Learn how to release it through not only your dreams and journaling early first thing in the morning, but also working out and exercising first thing in the morning. Allow that to be your go-to every day in the morning. You wake up at a particular time. You give yourself 20 minutes to journal, 20 minutes to work out, 20 minutes to meditate, because that's all it takes. That is a quick hour right there, 1 hour. So we're going to break it down. A lot of times, a lot of people meditate for 30 minutes to an hour, but I'm just saying 20 minutes for workout, 20 minutes for meditating, 20 minutes for journaling first thing in the morning. If you don't have a lot of time, that's fine. If you could do it for longer than that, perfect. Go for it. Do it longer than that. But make sure that you do it every single day and that you be consistent with it. So then that way it becomes a part of what you're doing, right? So that's one. Number two is journaling. So let's get into journaling. You want to journal your thoughts from your dreams last night. It's called dream journaling, right? You also want to journal your meditation. So after you get up and you do your 20 minutes of your dream journaling, and when you have your 20-minute meditation, go into meditation for 10 minutes to 15 minutes. Let's say 15 minutes is really a good time, right? And in that last 5 minutes after meditating, journal what you went over in your meditation. What did you see? What did you see? Did you feel something? Look for your emotions, right? So did you feel something? Did you see any symbols? Did you see something while you're meditating? Did you think of something? Clear your mind so you can get in there and really journal what you're thinking and your thoughts. You really want to pull everything out of your mindset into a journal where you can go back and reflect on it another time or later that day or later that week when you go ahead and put everything together. You could journal one of two ways. You could journal using a notebook and you could write it all out, which is really the best way to journal because you're using all of your senses. You're using your sight, you're using your hand, your touch, you're using your hearing because you want to talk through it. And you want to use as many of the 5 natural senses that you have. And you want to use those so you can learn more about you, right? So journal each day by writing it. If you don't have time, or you know, a lot of people don't like to really get up and write and do all that, or some people's minds just move completely, really, really fast. And it's hard for them to keep track of all their thoughts while they're journaling. In that case, get your phone and hit the record button and record it. You can always come back to it later in the evening or some other time during that day and write it out. But you do want to get to the point to where you're writing it out. If you're not used to writing out your journal, fine. Now you're going to create the habit to write it out by doing this process, which is recording it on your phone, later coming back to it that day. Don't wait till tomorrow, the next day, because what it'll do, that procrastination of not doing it that day, you're actually going to create a lot of homework for yourself that is going to stop you from doing it altogether. So make sure sometime during that day, you want to go over your 5-minute recording or 15-minute recording, however long it's going to be, and write it out. Even if you have to write out separate segments, right? Let's say you recorded 15 minutes and 5 minutes, take first 5 minutes and write it out. At the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, write out the next 5 minutes, the end of the day, write out the last 5 minutes. Now you have your whole 15-minute meditation already recorded in your journal. And then just read over it, go through it, review what you wrote down in your journal, because that infuses it into your mindset so you can understand where your thoughts are, what you need to be thinking about, and the next step for your plans and goals every single day. So journaling helps you a lot to understand and get a grasp on your day and on your goals, your hopes, your dreams, and being able to manifest everything that you want to manifest in your life. Write it down, because that is going to be the biggest key to your success, is writing it down. Excuse me. Write it down. Get in the habit of writing it down. If you're out on a run and you're out doing something different, or you have like an epiphany during the middle of the day. I have a lot of epiphanies and thought processes that goes throughout the middle of the day. And I will stop. If I have to pull my car over, if I have to just take a moment and find a quiet space, a quiet place for me, a bathroom, or even outside, anywhere in my car, just sitting in the car in the parking lot, whatever you need to do, grab your phone, hit that record button and record your thoughts. Later on, go back and journal that right now. Your thoughts are actually your key to understanding if you're on the right path for your goals and your dreams, if you're not on the right path, and what you need to do to adjust and change it. So you want to be so much into yourself, and it helps with self-awareness. It increases your self-awareness, which is really what you want to do, because as you're increasing your self-awareness, you're not only helping yourself, but you're going to be able to understand yourself a lot deeper than you think you know yourself now. You're going to discover so many things about yourself that your goals and your dreams may actually change. And that's okay, because you want to make sure that you have a solid understanding of where you want to go in your life, what you want to accomplish, what you want to do, and how you want to do it, right? So that's 2, journaling. Now, the third one that we're going to go into is time blocking. Time management, being strategic with your time management, because this is part of your system. This is a system we're building. Again, this is a system we're building for your day, every single day, and the things that you want to be successful in. You have to build a system. Everything has a system. Everything works by a system. Even everything in nature works off of a system. Nothing just works. There's a system to it. And if you don't follow the system, you will have a very hard time in getting things to work for you. So 3, how do you schedule your day? As you're journaling, you actually, on the next part, you want to actually get a planner, right? There's so many planners out there. I have a planner, a business planner that I created for my clients in my business, Blank Tag Consulting. I created a journal and a planner for business, for entrepreneurs. So what you do is you go in your journal book and you write out the things that you're thinking from that key section of that chapter, whatever that section was. Write out what you think you know, go do some research, write out what you've learned, and then there's another part in there, just mental journaling. Write out what changed in your goals and your plans, what changed in your direction and what you want to go and accomplish. Then you go to your planner part and you write out the plan. If there's a part of your system that's changed, you want to go in there and modify your system so that the plan that you have for your success and how you're going to get there is going to be updated for you to follow so you can make it a habit. Once the system is fine-tuned and it becomes a habit, it is nothing for you to go and plan your time around that system to make sure that you're getting everything out of your system into your day that's going to work for you, be in alignment, and get you to where you want to be successfully. So how do you schedule your day? Well, like I said, you can get the business planner from me or any business planner from anybody. Just go on Amazon, Google, anywhere. Just get a planner. Go to Office Max, Office Depot, whatever office store you have in your area. Go and get a planner and plan it. Write it down. Put down what you need to do for your to-do list that day. You need to plan your to-do list and write down everything there that you need to do. You want to track your progress at the end of the day on how you did, as you know, as far as what you got accomplished, what you didn't get accomplished. If there's something that you did not get accomplished, you will roll it over to the following day to make sure you're not leaving anything behind or left out. Make sure you roll it over and then add to it. But however, do not reduce what you need to get done. If you have a lot of rollovers that you didn't get done, didn't get accomplished, you're going to have to adjust your time so you can get them done and accomplish everything that you have, because that rollover is the same as the journaling. If you don't write it down after you record it, and you have all these recordings, it's going to feel like a really big challenge. It's going to get to be a lot of work, and it's going to become a nuisance to you, and you're not going to do it. So do the same thing with also blocking your time and writing your time down. So even with journaling, go into your schedule. When you're doing your planning every day, go into your daily plan and write out like an hour just to journal, an hour just to think, an hour. You want to put that in your schedule. You want to block time in your schedule. And I do this a lot. When I want to read, I block time out for reading. I block time out for self-awareness, time for myself, just for me. I have to block my time, even if I want to take a meditation bath or if I want to take a walk or whatever I want to do. Schedule all of that out so you know what your day looks like and what you actually have time for. And if you don't, you'll be able to adjust your time a lot more easily so you can get done what you want to get done. What you did and what needs to transfer, what you need to do. Like, is this helping you out or is it not helping you? If it's not, remove it out of your schedule. If it's becoming too much, if you can't get up earlier, you actually exhausted all your time where you're only sleeping 4 hours a day now, then you're going to have to make conscious choices and very clear choices on what stays and what goes on your schedule. If you talk a lot or you're very talkative during the daytime or have vampires that talk a lot in your day, you may want to remove them because they're going to mess up your schedule by throwing you off a little bit, just so you can understand that part, right? Now, moving on to the number four, I'm sorry. Number four, over deliver. You want to make sure that everything that you're doing in your business and at your job, you're over delivering. It increases your value as a person. When things get hard and tough, they're going to look for that person who's over delivering to stay with the company. We've been through recessions, we've been through pandemics, and whatever else we go through in this time, in this life, you want to make sure that you're stabilizing yourself with your customers, your clients, your investors, your bosses, however it is for you. You want to make sure that you are going to schedule out that time accordingly and correctly. So once you schedule it, give it your all. Over deliver in everything that you do. Over deliver. Make sure that if you have 5 tasks, you don't just do just the simple 5 tasks. Go above and beyond in those 5 tasks. Do a little bit of research in those tasks. See what else you can add to them to make sure that you've covered everything that you possibly can in those tasks and actually was able to deliver more than what they gave you. You don't want to be the McDonald's or the Burger King, nothing against them, but you don't want to be that fast food type of person or fast food delivery. You don't want to give people exactly what they expect or less than what they expect, because a lot of times we go through the fast food line, we'll get food that is not even what we wanted. Like, I wanted this burger with all this lettuce and tomatoes, like the picture. And then what you get is you get this one piece of wilted lettuce. You get a tomato that's clearly almost transparent, so you know it's been sitting for a while. And it's smushed. So then you get this flat, transparent tomato, and you get this onion that is reeking of onion because it's been sitting like so long. And the longer it sits, you know, the stronger the aroma and the smell of the onion gets because it starts doing its thing. And you get this burger that is not, it doesn't look anything like the picture. And now they under-delivered. And if you get the exact picture that you saw, you delivered right on schedule. But if you give me a burger that is way more than I expected, the flavor is there, the taste is there, the textures are all there, everything is fresh, everything is vibrant, then that's an over delivery. You know, you're giving me a burger like, oh my goodness, I love this burger. It tastes so good because of the details of the ingredients, of the seasonings, of what you did to go above and beyond salt and pepper, right? You just didn't do salt and pepper. You actually did some paprika. You done some some oil. You've done some onion powder, garlic powder. You've done some additional seasonings. You've done something to make that burger stand out. Over delivering. So you want to give them that little extra. You want to give them that little more. And that's what separates all these fast food chains. All have burgers and fries. But not all the burgers are the same type of burger. They also get creative with their burgers, and not all the fries are the same fries. They get creative with the fries. From the seasoning they put on it, how they cook it, the potatoes that they use to give you your French fry, or anything like that. But it's part of business, is being different, standing apart, standing up front and noticeable compared to everybody else, and going above and beyond and over delivering on everything that you're doing as a person, as an employee, as a business owner, entrepreneur. You're going to set stage for people to come back to you, remember you, and your value, personal value, goes way up, which we're talking about the SWOT analysis, your personal SWOT analysis, that becomes your strength. Those also create opportunities when you are over delivering. You are creating opportunities with other people, other businesses, even your other bosses that are looking at you like, I need that person on my team. Or I love working for that person because they over deliver as a boss to me. That is my specialty. That's what I love. I love going into businesses and helping them learn how to over deliver to their employees, because it increases your employee loyalty. It reduces employee retention. You don't have a lot of transitioning through in and out of employees. you actually be able to keep your employees and they're loyal to you, and they're going to make sure that your business is going to succeed above and beyond because you're over delivering to them. They're going to over deliver for you to your customers and clients to make sure they're coming back and your business is going to succeed. So be an over deliverer. Under promise, over deliver. However you need to do it, just make sure you're delivering up here. You want to be that upscale deliverer, not that bottom dweller deliverer. You want to make sure that you're delivering very high quality products, yourself, and any other thing that you got to deliver. Now, the next one, which is number 5, we're going to go back into scheduling your time for learning. So learning is a very high key factor that is going to increase your over delivery because you can't over deliver on knowledge that you don't have. So whatever knowledge that you have, that you did through your research and that you're getting from number 5 of learning more information and scheduling every single day to learn more, give yourself at least an hour minimum. If it's a little harder for you to give that hour, at least start with 30 minutes and just read, listen to a podcast, go on YouTube, listen to YouTube, journal, go in there and do your journaling to learn more about yourself, right? They have audiobooks. You have Audible, you have Kindle, you have so many different resources right now that are available to you to go in to learn more as much as you want to. Any day, every single day, you could just learn. Find places that are learning friendly environments, right? So quiet places, go to the beach, go to the park, go anywhere that you can get some peace of mind. If you have a house full of people, no excuses. Go sit in your car. You don't have a car? Go for a walk down the street, find somewhere that's quiet, that looks like it's quiet. Sit, read, listen to an audio. Find a way to get more knowledge and education in your brain. The more education that you have and that you know and you understand, the stronger you are in your business, the stronger you are as an employee in your career, and the stronger you are as a person in getting self-awareness and self-understanding. Because the more you know about not only yourself, your business, your products, your services, the better you can speak to them when you're talking to your clients and customers, or even when you're just talking to yourself. Because a lot of people do that. A lot of people talk through their planning. They talk through what they've learned about themselves. They talk through their journal. You're listening to your journal. You're listening to your journal, you're writing your journal, and then you're going to sit there and you're going to think about it. Like, was that a good chance? A choice? Was that a good opportunity? Did I do this right? Did I do this wrong? Can I do it better? Is always the best question to ask yourself. Can I do this better? Can I be better at what I'm doing? How can I get better at what I'm doing? Those are always questions to ask yourself, because the better you are, the stronger your presence is, and the least people will ever be able to forget about you. Nobody can forget about you when you're making yourself very understandable, very likable, over delivering, very, scheduled. You're very intact, right? So you can schedule your day. Everybody knows that you're very punctual. When you have a meeting, you have something that you need to be at, you're there on time because you know what your schedule is. You know that if it's going to take you 30 minutes to get somewhere and it's a 1-hour meeting, you're going to schedule your 30-minute drive time. You're going to schedule another alarm on your phone for 30 minutes before the drive time that you got to get there. Give yourself proper alarms. Your phone is set up like that so you can give yourself those alarms and you can get those alerts to keep you on track and on schedule. So use your phone. You have a wireless device. It has everything in it, from audiobooks to YouTube. You got internet. You have alarms. You have recording devices. You have so much on your phone that you can do everything from your phone, that you don't have to say, well, I need to go buy this. I need to go buy that. You don't have to buy anything. You even have electronic planners on your phone where you can actually put all your plans on your phone if you want to be in that electronic world completely. You really don't, but if that's how you need to get started, fine. Transition on to where everything is not electronic, but everything is working off of you writing it, understanding on the level physically, and not with your electronic. Because if you lose this phone, or the phone goes down, or you drop it in some water, you don't have a phone for a few days or a couple of days, you're going to be so lost. Learn how to write it down. Because if your phone disappears, you don't have it, the baby threw it in the toilet, it's trashed right now, you have everything written down, you can still stay on schedule, still stay on track, and you can still over deliver on everything that you need. And those days, those moments don't throw you off, because we do have those moments that happen to us every now and again where it can just really throw you off. Get the learning and the education and the knowledge that you need. Learn to be the master of your skills and talents that you're good at. Master them by learning more about them, because it makes you better in your field to deliver those products, deliver the services, or even to deliver yourself on that higher plane where people just fall in love with you, right? Next, number 6, we want to go back into reflection time. You want to sit at some point in your day, at the end of your day, and you want to reflect on what you're doing. If you have a very challenging day and it's just a lot going on, reflect more often. Reflect in the morning, reflect in the afternoon, and schedule your reflection time according to how your schedule is. If your days are pretty smooth and pretty even, reflect at the end of the day. You'll be able to remember everything that you went through that day. You know, whatever challenges you have, you know, whatever not challenge, not only challenges, but celebrations you have. What can you celebrate in your day? What did you do that was so amazing and so great that you had to celebrate? What did you accomplish that moved the needle closer to you being more successful and being more able to accomplish your goals, right? So what moves your needle? Celebrate those moments, but make sure you can reflect on those to be able to say, hey, this is a celebratory moment, or this is a kind of a challenging day. What went right? What went wrong? What can I do better? And I'll say it again, what can I do better? You always want to improve yourself with everything that you do. Even if you're great at what you do, ask yourself, how can I be better? I don't want to just be great. I want to be amazing. When you're amazing, I don't want to be amazing. I want to be spectacular. When you're spectacular, I don't want to be just spectacular. I want to be over the top. Get there every single day by asking yourself, what can I do to be better? What can I do? During the day, and especially at night, reflect on your emotions, your habits, what you learned that day, your takeaways. What did you get out of it? Even when you're studying and during your study time, write down and journal. Take some notes in your journal. Take notes in your journal and add to that. So your journal, even at the end of the day, should be at least 4 to 6 to sometimes even 10 pages long, because you've written a lot of information, because you have a lot of information that goes on. 80,000 thoughts a day goes through your mindset. How much of that are you actually writing down? And do we actually have to have 80,000 thoughts a day? No, because your meditation moments, even during the daytime that you schedule that me time, schedule that time to wind down. Reflect on nothingness. Reflect on space, time, and that exact moment right there. What are you doing right now? Like, what are you looking at? What are you thinking about? What do you want? And then just sit in silence. Ask yourself a couple of questions and sit there silently. And just let your mind either wander and think, or let your mind just come up with absolutely nothing and just sit in complete peace and quiet. This uninterrupted quiet time is the best, because then you can think. It allows your mind to store information that you've gotten throughout the day, and it also allows your mind to understand on a deeper level the information that you brought into your mindset by connecting it to other information that's like that. So if 2 days ago you studied about dolphins, and today you're a dolphin trainer and you studied more about dolphins, something may not have clicked in your mind 2 days ago that actually the information and the studying you're doing right now, it clicks. So have those reflection moments, have deeper conversation with friends and family and employees, or who you're working around. Have those deeper conversations, because in those conversations, asking the right questions and with the right energy of whoever you're speaking with is going to heighten your thought process and your mental processes to where you can actually come up with way more information than you thought that you even had inside your mind. You're going to discover that you are smarter and have more information than you thought you had. Connect that information with the new information or information that you already knew, but you haven't thought about, but now it's coming back to you. Connect that information and expand off that information during these moments. Create projects and challenges to improve who you are and what your purpose is here. What's required to achieve success in your field? What do you need to be more successful? Use those reflective moments to create more of you. Less of what you don't want, more of what you do want, right? So this is part of the system. We're still talking about the system, and that's number 6, reflective moments in your day. Have some time to reflect. So we're going on to number 7, which is one idea can change your life. What idea do you have that can go in and change your entire life? It only takes one. It only takes one amazing idea that you have that will actually change the course of everything that you thought about, that you thought you thought about or knew about, and even your goals, your dreams, and your ambitions. It can change you dramatically. One idea, just one. Using these systems that we have to learn more, to have more time for ourselves and to reflect on our thought processes, because a lot of people don't. If you have all those thoughts going through your mind and you never reflect on them, you just have a lot of random thought process, and that makes you all over the place. So we don't want to do that. Keep pushing in your efforts and what you do and what you need to do. Do everything properly and be specific what you want. Be very specific on what you want. Be very specific on how you want to accomplish that idea. Be very specific. What is this idea? What is this thing that I'm thinking? What am I thinking? You know what? That sounds like a great idea. I wonder if. Once you start wondering and actually asking questions about the idea you have, you will start getting answers on how to create that idea and manifest that idea into your reality. You want to think, you want to understand, you want to reflect, you want to challenge yourself, and you want to get that idea, everything that you can in you to make that idea a reality. And in that, you want to not only study that idea, write that idea down in your journal. You want to also study it. You want to research it, going deeper into the information of what you have for that idea. And you want to see if maybe you can expand off that idea. Does somebody else have that idea? Is that idea somewhere else that is already being used? Go into there and find out what they're doing. And then you create a better system, a better way of doing the idea. If somebody else is already doing it, fine. Don't let it go. Take it up a notch and take it to a whole nother level. Take it to another level and create something more amazing. Create something that's so amazing that you surprise and shock yourself. And if it scares you, even better. Because if that idea scares you, like, I don't know, maybe I should talk to my friend, my coworker, my boss about this idea because I don't know. I just think it's a little out there. Good. That means you're on the right track. You're on the right path. Creating something amazing, something remarkable. Because first, after you get the idea, second, you have to believe in that idea. Third, you definitely have to believe in yourself to make that idea work, to make that idea come to life right here in front of you. Because everything is an idea. The curtains behind me, it's an idea. Somebody thought about that. Well, let me do this. And they thought about it and they did it. Everything around you, laptop, phone, lighting, everything that's around you, everything that you can look at, you can see, you can touch, you can feel, was once someone's idea. And then they brought that idea into reality by putting it on paper, writing it down, planning it out, going, getting more research on that idea to see how great that idea can be if anybody else has it, and what you could do to expand on the idea that's already out there. You might have an idea for an existing product. You might have an idea that nobody ever thought about. Nobody ever thought about cell phones 40 years ago, like a cell phone, to be able to talk on your cell phone. And then when they did come up with cell phones, Nobody thought that you could put your face on it and you could physically see somebody in real time on the other side of the world. And you're FaceTiming, or you're using Zoom, or you're using some kind of feature that you can actually see somebody in another space and time, somewhere else in the world, and you're right here talking face to face. Although we saw it in movies 40 years ago, we saw it in a movie. So that was the idealization of it. And then guess what? It's in our everyday world, and it's normal. It's like typical. If you see somebody talking on the phone with their headphones, their earbuds in there, you're looking at them like, oh, I know they're on the phone. Now, 30 years ago or 20 years ago, when people were doing that, you thought they were crazy and talking to themselves. It's an idea that came to life. Make your ideas come to life. Create your world. Now, the next one I want to go over, number 8, is effort in what you do. So you could come up with the ideas, you could come up with your system, you could take some downtime, you can do so many things. However, action, you need the action. So in the effort of what you're doing, do it properly and be specific on what you want. Know exactly what you want, how you want this idea to manifest, how you want this idea to change the world. Because really, everything that we want to do as people, we want to help other people. We want to change the world in some way. We want to give people a sense of belonging, a sense of growing, a sense of expansion. You want to stretch past everything that you think you know into the world of things that you think that you thought were not even possible. And those where you create and stretch yourself and become more than who you are and bigger than who you are. When you start stretching yourself, give that effort in what you're doing. Working on your subconscious mindset is biggest key. You want to work on your subconscious mind. The ideas that come have been programmed to our subconscious mind. So all the ideas that you get, all the ideas that you think of, you're putting that seed into your subconscious mindset. Napoleon Hill is great at this. Bob Proctor is amazing at this. Bob Proctor has on YouTube a 6-part program that he did somewhere around the 70s, early 80s. And he has this seminar that he put in a 6-part program on YouTube right now that's available for everybody. And it actually goes into your subconsciousness, your brain, your spiritual side, your mind, which is your consciousness and conscious side, and your body, right? So you have subconscious, conscious, and the body, and how they all have to work together to create what you want for your world and your life. Get into Bob Proctor's 6-part program. It is amazing. It is 2 hours a piece. So that's 12 hours of work and homework. And if you're using an hour a day to expand your mindset and to learn, that is 12 days of information that you can expand on and journal in. That's like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks of information right there. So if you don't know where to start there. Because the more you know about how your subconscious works, your consciousness works, and this embodiment that it is in, you will be able to better create the world that you want to create. So put a lot of effort in your learning, in your growth, in whatever it is that you're doing to be better, to be the best at what you're doing. You want to do that through your subconscious mindset, through the conditioning. You want to condition by practicing what you learn. You want to condition yourself by practicing and getting more knowledge and understanding on the topics and the career base that you're focused on and in. Because once you embed that information in your subconscious, then you start asking your subconscious certain questions to be better in those certain areas. You will actually set the stage for you to create exactly what you're thinking every single day and manifesting it into your life, because you're thinking it, you understand the process, you understand the system that you're working with in the process, because there's systems and processes. You build a system, you have a process, and each part of the system, each 8 of these, and I'm going through 10, I have 2 more, each part of these has a process to it. And in the process, which is built in the system, is going to help you be great and be amazing. But you need to add the information from out of the outside world into your mindset and through your subconscious, put it down on paper, and then you want to believe that you could do it, and then you want to act on it. You want to go ahead and produce it. You want to go for it. You want to do what it is that you're thinking because you wrote down a plan. You wrote down it in your schedule. So in this plan, you have everything written down that you have for your plan. You take the plan, you break it up into processes, and then those processes go in your planner, and you schedule it every single day of your life so you can accomplish the bigger plan. You want to break that plan down into bite-sized processes. Again, break your big plan down into bite-sized processes that you could take bits and pieces and add them into your daily schedule so you'll know that you're going towards that goal. You're going to accomplish it. That's how you accomplish it. You break it down into bite-sized pieces that you can actually understand. You have this big, huge dream. You don't know where to start. You start by putting this big dream into a system and put a process to that system. And in that process, you break that process down and put it into your schedule. And you plan it out every single day, taking bite-sized little bits and pieces and bits and pieces and bits and pieces, whether it's gaining information and knowledge, making connections and meeting new people to give you that information, finding a mentor that'll help you get there, or however that you need to do it. The effort that you put into it is going to give you your results. Make sure you are putting full effort into what you're doing so you can produce what you want. Now, number 9 is the power of change. Don't get so stuck in what you think you know right now and then putting what you think you know into your future to produce this elaborate idea that you have. It doesn't work like that. You have to understand that changing your life starts with changing your mindset, changing how you think. And the first thing I ask my clients is, are you ready to unlearn everything you think you know and go get everything and all the information that you don't have and replace what you think you know with information that sounds like impossible? I mean, like, oh my God, this is impossible. This is not even, you can't do this. Like, this is not how it's been done. You don't want how it's always been done. You want to create your new process and procedures in your SOPs using your SWOT analysis to create a better, bigger, understandable you. You want to go out there and over deliver on all of your processes. And it starts with changing how you think, because everything you know right now, half of it is lies. The other half is made up. It's like, what is this? Could be real. It could not be lies. It could be truth, but it's partial truth, right? You don't have the whole truth. And there's a lot of information like that going around when you have partial truth. And a lot of information that's going out there right now is giving you bits and pieces of truth. So you don't still have the whole picture. You take those bits and pieces of information and truths, you go research it, you figure out how much is real and how much is real fake. And then you take the real, and then you elaborate on it and you get more information on it and you expand and you stretch your mind to believe and understand and to get the information on things that you never thought even existed or if it was possible. You have to open up your mind. You have to open up your mindset. That's the power of change. Change your results by going to the primary causes of the problem in the subconscious mind. Change your results by going to the primary cause of the problem in your subconscious mind. Half the problem that we have is that we believe things that are not real. We believe things that other people told us or that we've heard on the internet, and they're only partial truths, and we believe this partial truth to be a whole truth when you never actually researched to find out if it was the whole truth or if it's just a partial truth, which a lot of it is just all partial truth, because they're not going to ever give you the whole truth, because if they give you the whole truth, then they're giving away all the information for free. And a lot of people want you to pay for this information. So they're going to give you just a piece of it, but the real deepness of it really comes from yourself. It also comes from your subconscious, which you already know in your subconscious to be true, and how likely and how willing you are to change what you think you know and what you think you doing into actually what you do know, and writing down new ways of doing what you do so you can create new habits and change you for the better. To be that overachiever, to be that producer, to be that amazing person that you want to be by asking, how can I be better, right? Consciously choose and think about the idea of the prosperity we're thinking of, and then believe what you are thinking about, right? So consciously choose to think about what you want to think about in your prosperity. Then consciously write down exactly what it is you want. And then consciously move towards what you want in your life. If you need a mentor, you need a coach, that's what a lot of us are here for, to coach and to mentor, to help you get the steps to get where you want to be. And what you got to understand, information is going to be slightly different for a lot of people because everybody is on a different path and a journey. A lot of the things align, but then eventually you go like this. Even when you're on the same journey, you want the same things. Your understanding of that thing and the knowledge you have of that thing is going to determine what steps you take to produce that thing. So if you don't have as much information as the next person, your steps are going to be like their steps. Their steps are going to be a little different because they have information that you don't have, and that's where you want to be. Get as much information as possible. Be the master in what you're doing and what your understanding is, so you can be better at planning your steps, at scheduling your life to accomplish what you want to accomplish. You have to take the steps and be patient with yourself. Be understanding and be patient with yourself that you're going to get there, because you will. I know you will, because it is what you want. And when you want something bad enough, you're going to go get it. So let's move to the very last one, number 10, which is the last part of your process and your schedule. Plan your steps. And even though I talked about it prior to several times before, you have to learn how to plan your steps quarterly, monthly, daily, weekly, annually, and then you do your midterm goals and your long-term goals, which are 3 to 10 years, right? You have to write out this amazing plan that is not going to be as amazing because you're going to go out and get more information, right? You're going to go get more knowledge, more information, and it's going to change your plan here and there. So right now, today, you're going to sit down and you're going to write your plan, and it's a 3-year plan. And guess what? Next year, you're going to get some additional information where that plan is now no good. You're going to throw that plan out, and you're going to rewrite your plan, and then you're going to write the new processes for it, and you're going to stick it in your system where it belongs in your system. So your system will keep going. Your system doesn't stop. You have to understand it. Your system is like energy. It doesn't stop moving. Now, it could be kinetic or potential energy, but either it's in process of learning and being kinetic before it starts becoming potential energy and moving. But it's not going to just stay stagnant. So you have to plan. Write out your everyday plan and start on Sunday, right? On Sundays, sit down and write out your entire plan for your week from Monday to the following Sunday. So you already know everything you need to do for 7 full days. After you write out those 7 days schedule that week, go back and relook at it, understand it, make sure that is part of your processes in your system to get to your final goal, to what it is you want. And if those work and they make sense, fine. That's your schedule for the week. Even if it's an hour of downtime from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock on Wednesday, I don't care how far you've gotten behind or what happened throughout Monday and Tuesday and the first half of Wednesday. By 12 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, if your plan says to sit down and do absolutely nothing for an hour, you sit down and do nothing for 1 hour. Stay true to your plan, because the truer you stay to your plan, the truer you're staying to your goal and to your success for your life. This is for you. And if you want something bad enough, you're going to have to go through the processes to get it. Look, you went through school. You went from K to 12. Everybody in the United States go from K to 12. Everybody in the world is in school. They're in some school, some type of school, whatever their system and their government made up. They're in school. Guess what you're doing in that school? You're learning, because they're teaching you their system, and they're breaking down the system into procedures for you to follow and understand in little bite-sized pieces, so you can go out and be the perfect employee. Well, either you can be the perfect employee or you can be the perfect entrepreneur. Either way it goes, you still need a system, you still need procedures, and you need a plan. And that's just how this world entirely works. I don't care what part of the world you're in. Everything has a system, a procedure, and a plan for how it's going to roll out. Whether it's just at the grocery store on how they lay out how you shop, at a retail store, how they lay out how you're going to shop and what you're going to buy. They already know from their research what direction majority of the people walk into. They already know through NLP retail what words to say to you to get you to buy, even if you don't want to go in there to buy anything. But they have a system, and they have a process, and they follow that process to be successful. And you're going to have to do the same thing with your life. You have to build a system. You have to build some procedures. You're going to have to build a plan to make sure that everything in your life goes exactly the way that you want it to go, and you're able to get everything that you want to get out of it, and you're able to accomplish everything that's going to make you happy, because that's the ultimate goal, right? Is to be happy. You want to be happy. You want to be full of joy. You want to be received in a very happy manner. So you want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do for yourself first. Now, we do have altruistic people out there who are helping everybody else and not their self. Although society wants you to be altruistic, it's good to be. However, you still need to be just slightly self-conscious and be a little selfish for yourself. Because if you're not selfish enough for you, you cannot be the best altruistic person to help other people. You want to build the perfect system, be selfish first. Think about you first. Be selfish. And that selfishness will gain and make you that master of the information and the knowledge that you want to help by giving it to other people so they can be the best them they can be. And that goes with being a little selfish first. And then you can roll from being selfish into helping other people in their lives so they can create the world that they want to create. So wrapping up really quick, I just want to go over these 10 really quick, right? Have a morning routine. Know what you're going to do in the morning. Know how you're going to lay out your morning with meditation, journaling, exercise, and whatever else you need to do that morning. So you can get into the practice of your morning that's going to stay consistent. And once you learn consistency, you can roll out that consistency to not procrastinate through the rest of your life and your day. Journal every day. Write it down. Understand what you want to know and to gain more information and knowledge about yourself. Strategic time blocking, time management skills. Learn time management and strategically block time in your day for you, for journaling, for meditating, for exercising, for working out, for whatever it is that you need to do. Block the time for that. And Sunday, always make sure you write out your entire week. Schedule, right? Over deliver. Number 4, over deliver. Make sure you're giving your best, your greatest, your best, your everything to that person. Scheduling your time by learning what you need to learn. Schedule that in to learn. Reflective moments is number 6. Reflect on your day, on your time, on what you have for your life. And once you reflect on that, you could be better off consciously knowing where you are and where you stand. Get an idea that can change your life. Follow your plans and your processes for those new ideas. Put the effort in to what you're doing, which is number 8. Put effort in and do that. Put it in there. Put the time in. 9, power of change. Make sure you're changing how you're thinking today to fit your tomorrow. And 10, plan your steps. Make sure you're planning everything that you need for your life so it can come out the way you want it to, and you can revise it anytime you want. Thank you so much. I am Desiree Williams. Catch me at Desiree Williams at DesireeWilliams@blanktag.org, or you can catch me right here on PR Connections or on Facebook under Desiree Passionate One Williams. Thank you all for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.